If it's gambling he wants, gambling he shall get.
This is 2004's Hair and Loathing in Las Vegas, and it was made at a time when Warner Brothers was actually still interested in making new Looney Tunes shorts, at least for online consumption. And this is probably the best one of those shorts. But as you can imagine, if TV animation budgets are small, the budget for internet streaming video animation can't be larger or even equal to that. So it was an effort as valiant as Eddie, but the end results are what I have to go by and what I judge in the end. And so these shorts, overall, they get a C+ from me. But I'm happy to say I'm finally optimistic that we're going to see new Looney Tunes shorts with cartoonists in charge and budgets to support them. And much like me having sex on whiskey, it was a long time coming.
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
Yeah, what's up, docs and docettes? Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic here, and this is a big day for Looney Tunes. Big announcement, probably the biggest, especially for someone like me who is constantly nitpicking and getting upset about television animation not having the budgets for theatrical animation. Well, they finally did it, folks. Warner Brothers has announced that Looney Tunes will be getting new shorts. There's a new shorts program, and it is, and I'm quoting them directly, cartoonist driven. These are not scripted. These are the old school thing of storyboard driven storytelling, and I mean I'm often skeptical about these kind of things, but honestly, I've known about it for some time. It was announced today, so now I can go public with it. I can't tell you everything I know, but none of this sounds bad. The people involved, the designs, the animation that I've seen is done by a guy named Jim Soper. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Soper. You can see samples of his work on his Instagram page, and it's definitely in the classic 40s style. There's a great Clampett Avery influence, and there's just there's a lot to be happy about with this stuff, and I feel like this might redeem some of the negative feelings for among the Looney Tunes fans, especially over shows like New Looney Tunes and Wabbit, which you can't see the better episodes in this country. You can only see them online or in England. In fact, there's a cartoon out there called... it's attributed to Duck Amuck, but more so Rabbit Rampage, and it's called A Character in Search of an Artist. Here's what's odd about this little thing. It's funnier than the actual Rabbit Rampage. I mean, honestly, I remember watching Rabbit Rampage for the first time in the late 80s on Looney Tunes on Nickelodeon, and I remember right away going, oh, look, it's Duck Amuck and it's bugs and it's not working. Ha. I was a cynical child is the point. But this thing is very funny. There's a great reference to classic bugs. There's also a reference to Lunatics Unleashed, which is really funny.
Okay, now you're just messing with me.
I haven't talked much about, the Looney Tunes show and Wabbit and New Looney Tunes, but a lot of people know, if you know your history about it, this is something to look forward to. A lot of the best artists that worked on those previous iterations are working on the new shorts. Sam Register has said Looney Tunes Cartoons places these characters into the hands of some of the best artists in the business and into an animated shorts format that will remind many of the time when they first found love with Bugs, Daffy, Porky, and the rest of the gang. And they'll be they'll be distributed multiple platforms, mobile, digital, on television. You better believe I'll be doing commentaries for them as soon as they become available. You better believe. But one of my biggest gripes for the longest time is that, it's kind of an FU to the legacy to do Looney Tunes on television in any way, especially when, TV budgets can't really accommodate the high production values of theatrical cartoons. Well, they're making 1,000 minutes of these new shorts, and they're promoting it as a high production value, which basically just means higher than usual production budget, which is really all we can ask for, especially since they are being animated in this country. But this is the guy who brought us Uncle Grandpa, Pete Brownguard, who is in charge, and I'm way more excited about this than I am the Animaniacs reboot. And most of you will know more about that when my next review comes out, which is a review of Toby Danger, a segment of an episode of Freakazoid. And also in other news, apparently Arthur Q. Bryan was a kitty fiddler.
What about the guy Arthur Q. Bryan that did Elmer Fudd? Didn't June Foray say he was a pervert?
Nah, she said, oh, he liked little boys.
Oh, my God.
I'm breaking news here.
Elmer Fudd was a pervert.
Hello. This is Nambwa. The man,
There's a new
the
bit
man
for you,
boy
Gil.
Wov Association. I'm not doing it right because I'm giddy.
But yeah, this looks great. I'm excited about this, and you should be excited too. Anyway, that's all for this episode. I'm Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic, and until next time, dance on, folks.